Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
guys hear me? Yo. Yo, peeps. We about to get this game server build going. I just wanted to kind of stream this as a first time ever building a game server. I bought some parts. They just arrived on Sunday and Monday. Kind of figured I would show the process of building a PC probably fairly quickly, I would hope. And yeah, I'm trying to set up a server to host some dedicated games for the LAN party that I'm having on Saturday. Yeah, thanks, Terry. Do I need to turn up the gain a bit, or how's this sound? Do I sound a little bit better? Okay, I can also turn down the music too. I don't know. Turned up the gain a little bit more. Alright, sweet. So, yeah, I'm gonna get this going. I'm gonna bring out some parts here. Show you guys what I got. So I'll start with the motherboard, basically the core of the system. I got a pretty basic micro ATX ASRock. So for socket 450, B450. To be honest, I don't know anything about this motherboard other than that it's the socket size I need and it's a micro. I don't think I've ever purchased an ASRock motherboard, so we'll see how this goes. Put that there for now. So I got this might be weird to some people who actually know me, but I've never actually purchased an AMD processor, but I finally did. And it's kind of exciting, but at the same time kind of scary because I've always supported Intel. I've always had Intel processors. So I'm excited to put this bad boy in and get it going. So I got the AMD Ryzen 5 2600. So it's a 3.4 gigahertz base frequency. It says 3.9 gigahertz max boost. I think that's by default. I think that's without overclocking. So it's a pretty fast CPU. This rig that I'm building here might actually be better than my gaming rig that I built 7 years ago. So we'll see what I end up doing. What else I got here? So I got some RAM. I purchased some Ballistics RAM. So if you don't know, Ballistics is made by Micron, and it's actually the company that I work for. So kind of always supporting them, and they make really sweet gaming RAM. So this is actually, here, I'll open this up right now. Here, I'll wait for that. Actually, I'll bring out all the parts, and then we'll go down that RAM route. So Crucial also is a brand owned by Micron, and I got a MX500 SSD, 500 gig, pretty fast. So I'll be putting this in for the OS and then all the game installs. And then I've got a pretty low-level Corsair power supply, gold rated though, I'm pretty sure. Oh, bronze rated. So this will be running the power for the rig. In the future, I might upgrade to a better power supply to save some electricity if I'm leaving this plugged in. But for right now, this will do, because I'm only going to have it plugged in for the LAN parties. It's not going to be running 24/7. So I'm not too concerned about power usage. And then the case here. Let me make some room. So this is what I got. It's a Thermaltake Core V21. Once again, I don't really know much about this case. I'm excited to open it up. All these parts I just found on PC Parts Picker. basically made a build that was compatible and decided to go from there. I think I spent $460 in total, which was not bad for a complete game server. The one catch there is I ended up upgrading my CPU to the 2600 version rather than the 2200G. The 2200G has the integrated graphics where this 2600 does not. So I do need a dedicated GPU in this build. And the only reason I did that is because I have a GPU laying around. So I actually had to pull this out. I have a 750 Ti that was in my desktop for a little bit. So this is what I have laying around that I'll be putting in. I don't know if you guys can see here. So little mini GPU, good enough for the game server. Don't need anything crazy. This was bought in a pinch when my main GPU died in my gaming rig. So I bought this for pretty cheap. So excited to be able to actually use it. It's just been laying around. So that is all the components, and then I think I'm just going to install Windows 10 as a first pass as the operating system and go from there. Ideally, I'll probably end up running Linux on this machine in some fashion, but just to get everything up and running for Saturday, I'm just going to get Windows going and install all the servers as I'm used to, because I've already been doing that on my main rig. So I say we dive in. I'm really excited to see this case. Let's see here. I don't know if you guys can see all this here. Move that back a bit. Let's dive into this case here. So I heard some parts shaking around earlier. I hope this thing's all right. Wow. First thoughts is it's a lot larger than I was expecting. Seems like there's some broken pieces already, so we'll see how that goes. See what that's for. Get this thing opened up. I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way actually. So I really, first glance, I really like these, the removable magnetic dust filters on the outside. It's kind of weird how easily they fall off, but This will make it really, really easy to clean. Alright, removing the first side panel here. Let's get this plastic off of here. Make it look a little bit prettier. Some ASMR for you. Alright, first panel's off here. What else we got dangling? Get this out of here. Yo, what's up, Cooper? Dude, we in the mix right here. We live with this stream. You tuning in? Dude, this case is sick so far. I'm really excited right now. There was some dangling loose broken parts though, so we'll see what that's all about. Not exactly sure what it was yet. It looked like a little mini clip. I don't know if it'll focus. Probably not. So we'll see how that goes. Hope it's not for anything critical. I can't... It's probably just for like a dust filter or a fan or something. So I'm not too worried yet. Cool. Alright, so this is for the front of the case here. Looks like we have... What is this? USB 3.0. We have... probably the power switch. That's my guess. No, I lied. Power, reset, and LEDs and hard disk drive LEDs are on this guy. This is for audio on the front panel. What is this for? Not sure yet on this guy. Let's see. This is for the front fan. This is for the fan on the front side of the case. So this guy in here, let's see if I can get this a little closer. That fan. Let's pull this up. That guy right there. Alright. Then we have a little hard drive bay, or for your SSD. To slide into the hard drive bay, one or the other. Sick. There's not much movable parts at the moment. I've been told you can configure this vertically and or horizontally. I'll probably just leave it in the configuration that it's set up for my sanity right now. That's what was bouncing around the hard drive bays. Let's get those guys back in there for now. Okay, cool. So first thing I'm gonna do here is probably get the processor seated and then also get the motherboard in. Maybe I'll do the power supply first since I see that slot is right there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do power supply actually. It's kind of interesting because the power supply looks like it goes in from this slot right here in the center, and then it'll slide into the back of the case. So I hope that works well. Let's try it out. front thermal take thing is magnetic as well. That's pretty cool. This guy right here just slaps right onto the front of the case. Alright. Let's get this power supply opened up and go from there. Might have to switch our route once I realize I've done something wrong. That's part of the fun of this, you know, if you do it from scratch, you know, you always learn something new about the case that you're building into, and usually there's something that'll throw you for a loop, or you have to take a component out and do differently. Every build that I've done, there's always something that you need to rethink or redo twice. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's just a good experience. I used to build PCs all the time for my friends at high school, and then in college, actually, I built a few buddies' PCs while I was at school. I don't know, it's just something I've always enjoyed doing. So then, when I started to host these LAN parties by myself out here in Idaho, I was like, damn, I really want a game server. And, you know, I don't really have a good laptop or another PC laying around here to be able to utilize. So I'm like, screw it. I have enough people coming to the LAN parties. There's enough interest in Idaho with all my friends at work. Might as well build something so the LANs run smooth. So the one we got going for Saturday is actually, right now there's 15 people coming. I think 12 people are bringing their PCs. A few guys are coming to hang out and drink. But we're going to be at my buddy's house. We're going to have a garage LAN, so it's going to be really fun. Last one I did out here, we had the Ethernet switch, the 16-port switch maxed out, so we had 16 people. It was a blast. Played a bunch of Counter-Strike, Pirates Vikings Nights 2, and then also played TF2 quite a bit. Let's change this angle up here. Wondering, does the mic sound better up here if I'm talking and looking up at the monitor? Does that sound better, or is it kind of weird? All right, good chat. I'll continue down my adventure. Power supply. So one thing that people always forget to do is peel off all the plastic that's covering almost every component when you open it. So on the power supply, it's usually covering the center logo. So on Corsair, it's a circle, plastic circle covering that. So you need to make sure to peel that off. Otherwise, once this bad boy heats up, you know, it could fall in and the fan would start, you know, hitting it. All right, I'll move that back down. Thanks, Broshi. Yeah, down here. Does that sound better? Yeah, man. We've got some red wine. I don't know what brand. It's just, you know, just some good old red wine. We have like 8 bottles in the kitchen that we need to drink. They're all different brands from different wineries. Wouldn't be surprised if I end up spilling it on my components here. Come on. These things are always a pain in the ass. But it needs to come off. It is easier to take it off once it's heated up, but I don't ever like going down that route. Almost there. Got it. Damn, that was painful. There's that little thin. Alright, any other plastic on this? I don't think so. Alright, let's get this guy in. Let's see what we mess up here. Ugh. So I'm looking at the screw holes right now to make sure I put this in the right way. I think I can put it in either way. But I really don't want to put the fan. I don't want to mount the fan. Ah, shit, I don't know. So, ideally the fan would be mounted up into the case. Let's see which way this spins. What does it say? Let me see here. So some power supplies you can only mount in one direction. Most aren't that way though. I think I should be fine. Thanks, Coop. Yeah, I don't see anything about which direction to mount this supply. Let's see if it shows it on the box. Yeah, I don't see anything on here. So I'm not gonna worry about it for right now. I'm gonna get it in there. And yeah. I think, how do I have my current one? My current case has the fan aimed down. So I'm gonna do that as well, because that looks like it's the right direction here. Because then these will be up, right? These labels here. So if I have the fan on the bottom side of the case. So I'm gonna go with that. Try it out. And I think I put it in here. I might have to take out the center panel though. I feel like I do, but we'll try. Yeah, that's not fitting there. I think, can I slide it through here? No, too big. Yeah, I think I have to take out the center panel. That's going horizontally across the case. Dab for Coop. Oh, that was a great dab. Alright, let's see here. See what the manual says for the case. So it looks like I take off the top panel of the case entirely. Unless I'm going crazy here. Oh no, I take off the bottom panel of this case. Dude, he a builder. Bob the Builder, dude. Alright. What does it say here? PSU installation. Side panel disassembly. Remove the screws on the back of the chassis, open the side panel. This guy should just pop right off on the back. Damn, that's on there tight. Dude, Bob the Builder, let's freaking get it. should I come closer? Alright. This guy's gonna go like this. Beautiful. Alright. Turn your autofocus off. Dude. I can try. Roshi, what am I saying, man? Wise wisdom? You gotta talk to me in chat. I didn't see the Discord. Focus. Alright, autofocus is off. How's that? Hopefully it doesn't focus anymore. Alright. Okay, let's get this PSU screwed in. What do I got here? Bunch of hardware. Let's see what this boy came with. Used for PSU. There should be 4 screws in here. You think I got enough? Dude, where's my wine at? Dude, can't even see my face. My beautiful face. Let's get all this hardware poured out. I hope I lose all of it. That's a lot of screws. I need one of those magnetic dishes. I think I have one somewhere. But not right now. Alright, I found my... Dude. Absolutely. These are insane. If someone breaks one of these, that's like... You can't break these things. Stemless glasses, dude. That's the way to freaking drink. Because, like, the thing with a normal wine glass, when you have the stem on it, it's so unbalanced. And I broke 2 of Haley's favorite wine glasses. I came home from work and put my lunchbox down on the counter and I flipped the top open and it knocked them both into the sink. And it was just not a good day. So, I don't like stemless wine glasses because of that. So, yes. Or, I mean, I don't like stemmed wine glasses. I like stemless. Alright, let's get this puppy screwed in. Dude, some ASMR, PC building, stream in the mix. Did you guys know that this machine is basically better than my current gaming rig? Clip it, chat. That screw does not like me. Coop, you're absolutely right. I'm gonna have to do a shot of Maker's Mark in a little bit. I think I might end up using this to game. We will see how this week plays out. Because if I boot this thing up and realize it's just screaming fast relative to my current rig, yeah, we might do the whole switcheroo. think that's a good idea. Also, I'm gonna switch the mode on this. Tell me if... Alright, I just switched the mode on my mic. Let me know if this sounds better, if it's picking up a bunch of shit. I have music playing in the background, so it might start picking that up. So you might start hearing the music twice. Or if I should, let me know if I should switch it back. Alright. The first component is successfully installed. Dude. Clay, you're totally right, man. That's what a lot of people do. That is not what I do, though. I'll play Minecraft a little bit, but it's not my go-to. Alright, let's show y'all. This is what we've got so far. So this is the bottom of the case. And we've got the power supply installed right here at the back side of the case. So the bottom panel is off right now. And I'll probably end up putting that back on in a little bit. But I'm going to leave it off just in case I need access to get cables and do some cable management. And get the hard drives in, all that. They have a nifty little manual in the case. The case manual, yes. It tells you the order to install everything. Typically, you want to install it that way. So the next part, it says motherboard installation. Yeah. So I need to do that. Flip the case upright, put that in on the mounts, get those screws in, and we're good to go. Simple as that. Couldn't make it any easier. So flip this guy. I lose cables everywhere. AS Rock B450M HDV R Revision 4.0 compatible with Ryzen AMD Athlon AMD socket B450. Alright boys, motherboard. So if you've never built a PC, the motherboard does it all. Everything connects to it. It's your go-to guy, if you know what I'm saying. But this thing is easily the dumbest part to ever ship with a motherboard. Sometimes it doesn't even fit your case, even if the case is compatible with the motherboard. But they still ship it every time. Usually it doesn't line up with your ports versus the case installation, even if you're using the correct standing mounts and the right. So there's micro ATX, full size. This thing's Darbo. It's a pain in the ass. What is this? A single mini screw. That seems important. Not sure what that's for yet. You have a question in the form of a video. Not happening. Sorry. Alright, so I actually need to take off the top of this case here. Before I lose all these parts. They're going up there. No, Siri, I don't know.
Could you say it again, please?
No, I can't.
I'm not sure I understand.
Siri, it's alright. You can just... Alright. get it out of that ESD sleeve, zap the shit out of it because I'm on carpet without a ESD strap. What do you guys think? Should I lick the CPU socket? Yay, nay. Sound like a good idea? Nope. Maybe I'll refrain. Okay. What is all this Discord? I hear all this Discord shit. Someone's tabbing. Oh, you're tagging me, Coop. No. Oh, shit. Too many tags. Alright. Motherboard. It's time to get this guy in. Look at how nice that looks. Just looks sexy. Woo! I like it. I've actually never purchased a micro ATX board. So, if you aren't familiar, there's different sizes of motherboards. And almost every gaming motherboard is a full-size motherboard. Like, all of the marketing and all of the motherboard manufacturers like to push the full-size motherboards. And there's valid reasons for that, but at the same time, an average gamer, like, this is my fact. This is not real. Don't fact check me. I would bet that 90% of gamers don't utilize more than 50% of their PCI Express lanes or their SATA ports. So the fact that people purchase full-size motherboards for gaming is honestly a joke, unless you're in that minority, like that 10%. This is all you need. You don't need more than this to game. And most people don't realize that. It's a lot cheaper to buy a micro ATX motherboard. But everybody likes to buy the full-size stuff because they think that's what they need. So, that is some Zahti facts. Alright. Motherboard installation. So if I want to put in that metal panel, which I said I hate, I think I need to do it now. Let's find out. Dude, hashtag Zahti facts. You freaking know it. Hold on. Give me 30 seconds here. Texting my dad. Alright. So, whoa. These are slick. These are slick, Rick. What are these for? I don't think I've ever seen these. Are these for mounting fans? Holy cannoli! Look at this. Zoom in. Zoom. Enhance. Enhance. Alright. See all those brackets on the top? There's 4 different brackets. 1 down here, 2 in the center, and 1 at the top. I think they're movable and you can change them. You can move them. Ow! You can change where they're at for mounting different fan sizes. That is so sick. So basically, the top of the case is completely open. Has this magnetic dust panel, which is fucking sick. It's completely open. So you can either do 4 fans, I don't even remember the millimeter sizes of the fans, but you can do 4 of them, or you can do 1 large one. That's so sick. I like it. Alright, for now I'm going to leave it as is. I do need to take out the center ones though, so then I can get my motherboard in here. So I need to figure out how to get them out. Let's see. I have no idea. Oh! Alright. Well, I guess it's like that. You lift the flap and it goes flying. Okay. Motherboard. With this metal panel that I oh so hate. I think I can just slam it into the case from the inside, and you have to do it before you put the motherboard in. Otherwise, you're freaking screwed. I think it's in. Looks good to me. I'll show chat. Just so you guys know what I just did. So it's that metal panel there. It's basically for all the ports for the motherboard. Yeah. That's that. These cables. Alright. Motherboard. Plop this guy in. Actually, is there any plastic on here that needs to be removed? I don't think so. I think we're good. Alright, let's get my motherboard screws. We're at ESD. Oh, I already said we're doing risky business here today. I could potentially damage every product I touch. I'm on carpet, on cloth cubes. I did take my socks off, but yeah, no ESD strap. I was already questioning if we should just lick the CPU socket or not, just to make sure it's good. You know, if you get the little zap, then obviously it's still live. So, yeah, we're doing risky business here today. No SD strap, no safety precautions taken, except for the socks coming off. With that said, we need to get the screws in the board. Well, I need a sip of wine. Actually, I need to go pour some more wine after I hammer this down. It's just some flavored grape juice. Alright. Let's see. Whew. Big Cat hosted me with one viewer 33 minutes ago. Big Cat, thanks, my dude. You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to put on... I don't even know where it is. Like stream alerts. Alert box. Add source. Done. It's right up in the middle. Now, if you follow the channel, there will probably be an alert box that'll pop up. Just go touch something grounded before the CPU install. Oh, absolutely. You know what sucks? This room is fucking hot. I have... Woo! New follower! DRJVP. Thanks, my dude. Alright. Oh, Dr. JVP. God, I'm an idiot. Yeah. Alright, let's get these motherboard screws in. Yikes. Big yikes, chat. let's see. PSU rubber bracket. Screw. What's interesting is the PSU didn't need anything else. It was just good like that. Why did I... What's the rubber for the PSU? I actually don't even see that in my stuff that I opened. There's no rubber. Huh. I think this manual's wrong, because I didn't get anything rubber. Alright, anyways. Motherboard standoffs, motherboard screws. There should be 9 of them, all of the same type. So if I find 9 screws, those are the motherboard ones. See, I'm freaking sweating in this room. There's like 2 massive lights on. The windows are closed, the air is off, and yeah, it's just fucking hot. I think I found some screws. Those are for the hard disk drives, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's for the fans. Obviously. So, what's cool is this case already had the stands pre-installed. Thank you for saying that, because the majority of cases do not. So, I didn't show anyone that, but there's already standoffs like pre-installed. It's built into the case. Let me actually show chat, just so everyone knows. So this is typically what a motherboard standoff is. So you screw this into your case, and there's usually like 9 of them for a full-size motherboard, I think. And in my case, I think I need only 6, because I have a micro ATX motherboard. But typically you screw these into the case in the pattern that you purchased the motherboard of. So like the full-size pattern is different than the micro ATX. And this allows the motherboard to actually be elevated and not just touching the case. So all the connections on the bottom of the PCB of the motherboard would just be shorting out if they were all touching the case itself. They would all be shorting together. So these allow the motherboard to stand off, and actually on the motherboard there is, let's see if I can focus in on this. There's actually, I might not be able to focus in, but this right here, that circle, ooh, the focus is kind of working. That circle there, right near my pointer finger, is where you screw in to the standoff. And there's little metal dots surrounding the circle, surrounding the hole, and that'll actually ground the motherboard properly, rather than it just being floating. That could lead to a bunch of ESD buildup on the motherboard itself, and then if you were to touch it, you could obviously zap it, or if another component touches, it could discharge into that component. Where if it's grounded to the case at least, then the case itself is all at the same voltage potential. So there's really no chance for ESD buildup just on the floating motherboard then. So the standoffs in my case are pre-installed. They aren't actually the standard standoffs. Let's see if I can get the angle. Yeah, you can see one in the center of the case. It's kind of floating. It's a little black bracket triangle. So that's what I'm setting my motherboard on and installing it on.
You know something? Everybody's
So I'll put
always
that
waiting
back.
for everybody else to take a chance because they're so afraid.
Sweet. Alright, and I'm still trying to find all my motherboard screws here. I think I know which ones they are, I just want to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the 16 screws, 17, 18. The 18 screws are for the hard disk drives. Sweet.
I got no one to care for. They don't need me. I'm alone.
Alright, I found my 9 motherboard screws. Sorry, that took a while. Dude. I forgot to pick up the White Claw on the way home. I really should have. I heard he adds Mewtwo's White Claws. Dude. No, I do not. Alright. Let's get these in. One tip, if you're installing a motherboard, don't tighten one screw. Get all the screws in a little bit loose and then tighten them down individually. Or should I say, slowly tighten all of them down consecutively. Whatever the right fucking word is. Not sure there. Help me out, chat. You know what I'm saying, though. Mio Energy plus White Claws is like the new 4 Loko. Maybe I need to try that. Come on! Get it in the hole! Alright. Also, title of your next sex tape. Abso-frickin-lutely. If I made one of those, that would be the title. But I'm not. So, for people who missed the beginning of the stream, this is actually a game server that I'm building for a LAN that I'm having on Saturday. I'm guessing there's probably going to be about 16 people at the LAN party. I hope more can make it, but I'm actually hosting the LAN at one of my buddy's houses in the garage, and I don't want to overwhelm him for the first one. I want it to go pretty smooth, so the next one after that, if we have it again at his house, I'll be inviting more people. This is the 3rd LAN party in the Zahti LAN series. And absolutely, we're going to be playing CSGO, TF2, Pirates Viking Knights, probably some Mordhau, a ton of Rocket League, maybe League of Legends. But anyways, this machine right here is going to be the dedicated server for all the games that we're playing that has a dedicated server option. Some of the games don't, and they're just online custom games, and that's fine. LAN parties nowadays, usually you have internet. It's not just like an offline thing. But yeah. I'm really stoked. The last LAN I hosted was at my clubhouse here at the apartment, and we had 16 people. It was a fucking blast. So this one I'm hoping goes just as well. It's actually going to be an overnighter though, so we'll be able to hang out there all night and just pwn some noobs, you know? So, can someone double check how many screws a micro ATX motherboard needs? Because it looks like... Oh man, what? I need to install a standoff. God damn it. One of the holes does not have a standoff below it by default. Alright, restart. See, this is the things that happens. These are the things that, you know, every case is different. And you ain't gonna know until you try. Every case, motherboard, CPU combo is a little bit different. So every build has its own, you know, experience and adventure to it. You learn something. And actually, I have never built a rig that's DDR4. So this is a first. for me, which is super exciting. This thing is going to be better than my gaming rig. Standoff in here. I need my pliers. So you typically want the standoff to be screwed in super tight. Otherwise, if you screw your motherboard screw into it and then it just twists the standoff, you'll never be able to get the screw out. It's a pain in the ass.
Whoa.
Alright, it's in. Where's your electrostatic discharge wrist strap, young man? We've already had this discussion. I'm being a little bit risky. And yeah, Dr. JBP, that is definitely an option. I think that's what's going to end up happening once I realize how fast this PC is compared to my current rig. So my biggest problem with that is if I decide that I want to use this as my default gaming rig, is that the case that I have here might not fit all of my shit, like my full-size GPU. So we're gonna have to find that out. I might end up needing to buy another case if I want to use this as my rig. So, and I'm not opposed to it. I just wanted to kind of dedicate this as a game server at first, and then go from there, you know? I could stand in a box, but that's about all I got. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, just making sure I didn't lose a screw here. So this is probably one of the most tedious parts of a build, is actually getting the motherboard in. Everything else is really simple. It's plug and play. This, there's just a lot of screws, so. And actually maybe the second most tedious part is cable management, but that's really just personal preference and you don't even need to do it. A lot of people don't. They just have their cables flying all over and, you know, they just don't give a shit. In reality, it barely affects your airflow. It's mainly just a cosmetic thing. So if you have a case that has like a side window or somebody's like constantly looking in your rig, then yeah, cable management, you probably want to do that. But for a standard average gamer, yeah, you don't need to worry about cable management. Okay, motherboard's in. Let's show y'all these cables. Let's see here. Ooh, look at how good that looks. Damn. That's that side view. Top view. Alright, that's all I'm doing. Okay. Oh. Next step. What do we got here? PSU, motherboard, check. 3.5 inch and 2.5 inch hard disk drive installation. Hold on, we got some questions here. Go get it. Are you going to run the server at home as well? Just for LANs? As of right now, my plan is to only run this at the LAN parties. Main reason being, I'm at an apartment complex right now, and I don't have access to the modem, and there's like a communications closet downstairs, and I can't open any of my ports. So the only port I have open is the HTTP port. I can't remember what number it is. It's like port 80 or something. That's literally it. Everything else is locked down. I have a crazy NAT restriction as well. So like all the Bungie games hardly work. I can hardly connect to people. And yeah, so basically if I were to run a game server here, no one would be able to connect to it. It would literally just be for me. So yeah, once I move out of this apartment complex, I'll probably end up hosting this thing and having it on 24/7. But for right now, it's just for the LAN parties. So it is what it is. I won't be living here forever, so eventually I'll be able to run this thing. All right, cool. I know how to install an SSD. That's easy. So if you haven't seen, I got an MX500 made by Crucial, highly recommended brand. I work for Micron, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna rep that shit. I'm gonna put this in, and this thing is gonna freaking scream. Let me get the skizzers. Looks like plenty of room for graphics card. Yeah, it does look like there's a lot of room. You are absolutely right. This could fit a full-size GPU. Holy shnikes. Like, look at this little mini boy. So we have this little mini guy that's going in. 750 Ti. Sitting in the closet. It's just gonna sneak right in there. It's just gonna be so nice. Here, actually, we need to get some better lighting in this case. Let's see here. All right. How's that? You guys see better? I'm bright. Really bright. Yeah, you're right. I really... What's crazy is like I think it's the M.2s, like those sockets or the slot size. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, M.2. So I've never purchased an M.2 SSD. I probably should have, because I have the slot now. I haven't on my old board, so I've never been able to purchase one. Maybe I should have for this build, but it is what it is. I'm cool running the SATA. It's still pretty fast, and I really don't need much faster for the game server anyways, so whatever. Let's get this guy in. So this bracket, for all y'all concerned here, this is typically for a laptop install. It's just got some adhesive on it, and you typically stick it to the top of the SSD if your laptop has a lot of physical excess space. So it's to kind of hold it in place in your laptop if you're replacing a hard drive with the SSD. Cool. So I think I can slide this below in one of these brackets down here. I'll probably do the middle one. A lot of shit going on here. Cool. And actually, this should be able to just screw directly to this mount. If I can line up the screw holes here. Yeah. So it should be able to screw directly to this. And then this will just slide right into the case on the bottom. And then I just have the SATA and then the power connectors on the end. Kind of hard to see. There you go. Yeah, I wasn't sure what you meant by M5. I kind of figured you meant M2. Okay. Cool. Let's get some screws in this guy. Audio still sound good with the music? There's no weird looping or feedback or pickup or anything? So it says hard disk drive. 18 of them of these guys. No, that can't be right. Need to use the smaller ones, I think. These are massive. How you like that, fat and sassy? It's for you, baby. Let's get it. Screwing this in. Oh yeah. Let's go. Crucial SSD, yeah. It's got 500 gigabytes. Oh yeah. It's got fast speed. Woo. Alright, so screwing the SSD in after that slow jam sesh. We're gonna slide this into that bay down there, and then we'll see what's next. Boom, baby. That's what we talking about. That 2.5-inch solid state drive, shiny. Is there any plastic on it? I don't think so. Freaking sweating like a bat, dude. Let's get that in there. Seems super loose. Huh. I don't know if I like that. It's freaking jiggling. Why is that so loose? Is there anything I can do about that? So, apparently I was supposed to secure the power supply in place with these extra brackets. I have never done that. And that's where those rubber things were. Place the PSU rubber on bracket. I have never seen that in a case. Maybe I should go back and do that step here. Let's try this out. So it says, place the power supply in proper location, secure it with screws. Place the PSU rubber on bracket? What? Hashtag no rubber, baby. Dude, do I do raw dog or no rubber? Chat, you decide. Oh. Why you do this? Do I need to turn the music up? PSU rubber. Freaking get it in there. Can't. Literally the worst. It doesn't go in. I did it. Yeah, I'm just following the case documentation. It's interesting because I've never seen PSU brackets, but I might as well use them if they come with the case. I guess it would help hold it a little bit more sturdy, rather than just the 4 screws on the back. It can't hurt, let me put it that way. And if I don't use it, honestly, it would probably just go in the trash. So, yo, what up, Will? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, Frenchie. Alright. So it says there is 2 screws. This piece lock in place. PSU rubber. Alright, let's see here. Looks like that locks in there. Perfect. Maybe. And then this guy, I'm gonna need to remove that side panel. Give me a minute. This should have came off earlier, but that's all right. Woo! Okay. So this guy will hook in here, if I'm not mistaken. Somehow. What's that? Heard some weird ass noise. Alright. I think this is right. Alright. I think we're good. I just need to get the screws in, and then it's lock in place. This is actually pretty slick. I'm happy I put this in. So there's little rubber pieces that push up really hard against the PSU, the power supply, and that'll help with the vibrations that it puts off from the fan. Help keep it a little more secure too. What up, JVS? Wait, is that Ozzy? Is that Justin? Dude, is that Justin or no? Dude, what is going on, my man? It's been freaking forever. How did you find my stream? Holy shit. Hell yeah. I'm happy I put it up on Facebook. I wasn't going to. I don't use Facebook that much anymore. But figured I would, you know? Yeah, we're building a game server here for a LAN party that I'm hosting on Saturday. Okay. This screw for this one, done. Tommy rocking here, 910. We've been going for about an hour, probably about an hour now, maybe hour, 10 minutes. We've got the PSU, the motherboard, and the SSD in. It's not bad. Yeah, thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Wait, better than The Verge. You gotta elaborate. Will, what the hell are you talking about? Alright, we're all locked in here. Sick. Star. Oh, is it, you got a link that you were posting? Original video got taken down for just being awful. Huh. As of right now, I'm gonna be putting Counter-Strike on it, TF2, what else? I don't know. To be honest, a bunch of different game servers. I'll probably run Minecraft on here. I'm planning on hosting 5 to 10 different games. Just having dedicated servers running throughout the LAN party. Maybe I'll spin some stuff up during the LAN on the fly, but it kind of depends on what people want to play. I'm not really going to dictate that. I just want to kind of have the games, you know, ready to go. Thanks for the follow, Will. Really appreciate it. So after this stream, I might end up hitting affiliate on Twitch, which would be fucking sweet. Okay, next one here. PCI slot usage. Well, we know what that means, do we? The one and only. The 750 Ti from the drawer that's just been, you know, hanging out, sitting around, doing nothing. Figured I might as well use it for this build, even though you don't really need a GPU in a game server. But I had it, so might as well take advantage. And that's kind of why I got the 2600, the AMD Ryzen 5 2600. This guy. That's why I got him. He does not have integrated graphics. I was initially going to get the 2200G, which has integrated graphics, but I'm like, screw it. I've got this laying around, let's just use it. So now, this thing is basically just going to be a second gaming rig when it's not being used as a game server. Verge PC build when you have time. Yeah, I'll take a look, Will, after this. Yeah, sorry, I gotta turn off the link sharing. I think right now you can only link like YouTube videos and like Twitter. Those are the confirmed domains that I have right now. The Nightbot thing just blocks it out if it's anything else. Cool. Let's get the GPU in. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I'm not sure. Any plastic on this guy? Woo! Dusty. You know what we forgot? My wine. That's good. Alright, so we have one PCI Express slot. Can't even speak. PCI Express slot that I can use for the GPU. So that's what we're going to do here. Looks like I need to remove 2 of the back panels. So then the GPU can come out the back there. Need my screwdriver for this. So what's really interesting is this case has so much frickin' room. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a lot smaller. But I didn't really look at the physical dimensions. I just saw the case, and I saw it was a cube case, and I'm like, oh yeah, that'll be fucking good. Turns out it's pretty big, but at the same time, now I can put a full GPU in here if I ever need to. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And yeah, I'm gonna put this GPU in. At the same time, I could just put the processor and RAM in. There's no rhyme or reason to do one way or the other. It doesn't really block my room. I could put the CPU in. It does, you know. You could convince me to put this in first. I guess that's what I'm getting at. And maybe I will. Otherwise, the GPU is just gonna block the shit out of this install. So maybe I will put this in first. Scissors. There they are. So I haven't ever purchased an AMD CPU. I was talking about this earlier. It's kind of scary, but also at the same time kind of cool. I just figured the price point on this was so damn good for the specs that you get. It's like, why do I need to get an Intel processor? I really do love to support Intel, and I always have, and always will, but this is just a fucking killer processor. There's no other way to put it. Freaking shimmers. God, it looks so nice. Alright. This is the stock CPU cooler that we got here. I'll be interested to install this. CPU coolers used to be such a pain in the ass. We'll see if they still are 7 years later. Chances are slim that they've improved, but we'll find out very soon. Alright, and I'm just going to use the stock thermal paste for now. Usually I would wipe it off and use some Arctic Silver, but to be honest, I'll do that at a later point. I'm not too concerned about the heat on this guy right now. He's not going to be on too much. It'll just be this weekend, and then I could redo the thermal paste if I need to. Hey, what's up, Angie? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. We're probably about halfway, maybe over. We're over halfway through this build, I would bet. These next steps are going to go a lot quicker though, because it's just plug and play. There's no motherboard screws. There's no weird shit going on. I'll probably spend the majority of the time doing some cable management. So, all right, ground yourself before you get the CPU out, and then see if there's any weird shit going on in here. Maybe. I don't know if I can get this any closer. Probably not, to be honest. Not to the point where you'll be able to see. Get this guy going. Watch, it drops out. So, I've always been told that you should lick the bottom of the CPU and then install it. Should I give it a go? people that don't know this, but there's a triangle on one of the corners of every processor. I don't know if you can see it. It's on this corner here. Right. Let me try to get it right there. That triangle lines up with the motherboard here and the actual socket on the motherboard. There's like a triangle corner. So you always need to make sure you install it the right direction. And if there's any pressure or any like weird push that you have to do, it's not in right. It should just fall directly in. Cool. So that's in. I'm gonna strap them down. Let's show this here. Showcase that Ryzen in there. Woo! How pretty. Beautiful. Alright, let's get that cooler on there. Woo. Let's get this fancy boy in. I really like how this looks. Angie, I'm building this for a LAN party that I'm having on Saturday. It's actually like the third LAN party that I've hosted in Idaho. I think we'll probably have around 16 people. So it's going to host all the dedicated game servers. And yeah, honestly, it'll probably be better than my current gaming rig. So I might end up doing a whole switcheroo, but I'm not sure on that yet. And then the cooler, I'm wondering if this is directional in any way. And it looks like there's some screws already on the motherboard that probably need to come off. But I'm not sure right now. Yeah, it looks like those have to come off. I need to check on this here. Alright. Air cooling installation. Bracket install. IO placement guide. Stacking install. You can stack 2 of these cubes together? That is absolutely insane. So, as of right now, it's probably just in this manual here. Let's see. I think I just removed the screws on the motherboard and I'll be good. AM4 CPUs, option 1. Get the CPU in. Yeah, those have got to come off. There's like 2 plastic brackets. Yeah, Will, thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you're playing. Maybe I'll join you after. And see you tomorrow at work. These definitely come out. Yeah, sounds good. I'll let you know, man. I've actually never played TFT, so it'd be a pretty new experience for me. I've always wanted to, it's just the games are long. So this is what I just removed. I'm really confused why this is in there. There's one on each side of the CPU. Maybe it's for a different socket type, but I don't think for the AM4 I need this. I'm gonna guess it's for a different socket. We're gonna go with that. Yeah, it looks like you need that for the FM2 Plus, AM3 Plus, But for the AM4, you don't need those at all. At least for my cooler that I have. Interesting. Okay. Cool. Easy enough. I want to get this thing booted tonight and try to get the OS installed. See what software I can get running. Kind of check it out pretty fast, but hopefully I can make that happen. Where's everyone tuning in from tonight? Who we got in the chat? So I'm plugging in the CPU fan header right now to the motherboard, and then I'm just gonna get this guy plugged in, this cooler for the CPU. Oh my. So my room is really hot right now, and this freaking thermal paste is already melting. That is wild. Hope that's okay. It doesn't look like that reaches. Maybe I need those metal brackets. What up, killer? How you doing? Something seems off here. Not sure if those brackets are needed or not. I'm really lost here. It doesn't seem like they even fit on here. No, those can't go on here. Alright. It seems like I got this thing in. That was definitely the most difficult part. I haven't installed an AMD CPU in such a long time. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get this thing in there. This is actually just the cooler, right? The stock cooler. Fucking hot. That thermal paste was fucking melting. That's what I was mainly worried about. Need some wine. Sweet. It's on there nice and tight. Should be able to lift this up. Hell yeah. The whole case can lift up by that. That's awesome. Alright. We're good. Satisfied. Spin this around here. Alright, now that the CPU is in, we have our SSD in, and obviously the motherboard's in, and the power supply. Next step is the RAM, and then I'm going to do the graphics card. It doesn't really matter if you do the CPU, the RAM, or the graphics card in. It's really personal preference, but if you put the graphics card in, you have less room to work when you're putting in the CPU cooler. So I'm gonna get the RAM in. We have some beautiful ballistics tactical tracers. It's the 3200 megahertz speed grade. They actually have RGB tracers along the top side, which are really slick. There's a mod utility that you can download and use that lets you customize the colors on them on the fly, which is pretty slick. So here they are. These are what I actually have running in my main rig as well. However, these are DDR4 and 3200 megahertz, super fucking fast. This rig is gonna fly. So I'm gonna get these guys installed. And for anybody who's a computer building, new to computer building, building a PC, the RAM sticks go in a certain direction. They're directional. So you need to make sure that that slot is lining up with the motherboard, and that you aren't installing them wrong. Alright, first stick is in. Made that nice crisp snap. Second stick is going in now. Beautiful. Looks amazing. Alright, let me show y'all what we got going on here. So we've got the motherboard, the RAM sticks, the nice ballistics RAM, and then we have our CPU cooler that you can see with the Ryzen 5 2600 underneath that you can no longer see. So we're gonna get our graphics card in and continue this build. We're basically done. We'll just have to do the power and some cable management. But once this guy's in, that's all the components. To me, this is a really fast build. I know it took almost 2 hours, hour and a half, whatever it's been. But I could have gone a lot faster. I just kind of wanted to take it slow and easy, have some fun with it. Not in a speed race here. So I already took off the back panels. I'm just gonna slide this guy into the PCI Express lane. And he's in. Let's get him screwed in the back. So far this build has been pretty easy. I've had a pretty fun experience doing this. I don't know, it's kind of a passion of mine, building PCs. Maybe it's something that I could start to do for people and maybe turn it into more than a hobby. I'm not sure how much money there is in that, but it's pretty enjoyable. I've always liked doing it. This is maybe my 15th or 20th PC build ever. I don't really know. I could probably count them up. It's been a few years though. I'd say at least 5 years since I've built a PC. Maybe even 7. All the components are way different now. They're all still, very similar in a sense, like the base product, but I can't keep up with any of the models and numbers, and I just haven't really stayed up to date. So this was a lot of research for me because I wasn't in the loop. But yeah, it's been really fun. Picking out the components, talking to friends about it, changing parts up with new suggestions. Sweet, got that back panel protector on. So GPU's in, RAM's in, basically ready to frickin' go. just need to get some power in, and kind of good. We can try this thing out. So let's get. I'm not going to worry about cable management right now. I can take care of that tomorrow off stream. Let's get everything plugged in and boot this guy up. See if he turns on and posts. So I'm going to plug in the motherboard to the power supply. This will basically power the CPU right here. There's also typically another 4-pin connector. I'll have to find that. This is the CPU power. My mistake. It's an 8-pin. Some motherboards you break it in half for the 4-pin. And it looks like my motherboard here is a 4-pin. So it's always fun fighting with this beefy cable. You can never get it the direction that you need. Gotta work with it quite a bit. Alright, so that's in. Cable's nice and loose. Let's get our CPU plugged in. And like I said, you have to break this in half. So typically there's a little clamp on it. Let's see. Let's turn it into a 4-pin guy. Got it. So rather than 8 pins, you can turn it into 2 separate, so 4 and 4. And you'll just use one of these depending on your motherboard, or both. I don't think it matters which one. Let me double check. Actually, one of them, I think only one of them fits. Yeah. Actually, both of them fit in there. Let me see if I have to use a specific one here. Yeah, I do. So one of them has a square pin on opposite corners. And that matches the motherboard. So that's what we're using here. And we'll leave the other one unplugged, just sitting there. Alright, get our USBs plugged in. We don't technically need it right now, but might as well. Easy enough. So this is the front panel USB 3.0s. So the guys that are right here, actually. It's kind of on the side panel, actually. So get this plugged in. USBs are in, and then we're gonna plug in our buttons. So there's like a reset switch, a power switch, and then the LEDs that light up for the hard drive activity, and then the power. So we'll get these plugged in. Let's see if they label them. On the old motherboards, they didn't used to label them. You used to have to look in the manual. Looks like they're labeled. Yeah. I still might have to look to make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah. Make sure. Where's that manual at? I/O panel placement. Leads. So leads installation. This is the guy you want right here. Show you how to plug everything in. If you can see it. All right. Audio HD audio. That's for the audio. That's easy enough. USB. Where is it? Found it. I think. Power LED plus minus. So we're going with the labels on the motherboard here. All right. Sick. So I got the power LEDs connected and then the hard disk drive LEDs connected. So then I'm going to do the power switch, and it doesn't look like this is directional, and then the reset switch doesn't look directional either. So I think these can just go either way. I hope so. We'll find out very quickly here. Alright, those are all in. And then, last but not least, the audio for the front of the case, or the side. And it looks like... Where does this go? trying to find where this audio goes on my motherboard. Seemingly no luck. I tend to recall that the J1 port is for audio. Oh, I found it. It's way in the corner. That is an odd spot. Could probably just route that under, but that's alright. Alright. As long as that doesn't bang up against the GPU, it'll be good. For now, I'll leave it hanging in the front. Alright, last but not least, the front case fan. Alright, just plugged in the front case fan. I think that's everything. I don't know, probably missing something. The only thing left is plugging in our SSD, if I'm not mistaken. So I need a SATA cable and power. So this is not, so this is for a regular hard drive, don't need this. Absolutely, Zach. You're right. Let's get this guy plugged in to the power supply. Probably have to flip him. Let me get some of these screws cleaned up here. Give me a minute. Clean up my setup a bit. Power supply, peripheral, and SATA. And then I need one for the graphics card too. Graphics card. Let's see here. Where's the port? Does it have any power? That'd be weird. Apparently not. I guess it doesn't require any. That's kind of mind-blowing. I swear it did. Okay. Well, apparently not. So yeah, don't need those. Alright, plug this SSD in. Oh, I guess I could have left this down there. That was stupid. Alright, SSD has that power. What's up, Stexon? Dude, it's been a long freaking time. Dude, we buff. We're freaking feeling it right now. We're basically done. I'm about to boot this thing up and see if I blow it up. So, if you want to stay tuned for that. Dude, Stexon, I love you too, man. Yo, we're playing WoW Classic on Whitemane. You should come and play with us. Our guild is at like, I don't know, 70 members. Maybe like 50 people are active. We're having a fucking blast. Whitemane on Horde. Come and party with us, dude. Okay. Where is a SATA cable? That is the real question. Luckily, I think I have one. Here's my cable bag. I'm pretty sure I have an extra SATA. I hope. I think I just bought some recently, actually. Hold on. Maybe in here. Oh, yeah. I just bought these recently. Cable matters, dude. Nothing will bring back my youth. You were absolutely right, but at the same time, WoW Classic is incredible, and it's fulfilling a lot of the nostalgic needs. Where are the skizzers? There they are. Like, I'm just having a blast leveling my mage at a slow pace. All the zones that I'm going through just bring back a ton of memories. Even though I didn't level Horde initially, a lot of the zones I had done before at one point. I don't even remember when. But yeah, you really. I mean, are you playing? Have you started a tune? I can't remember if I've seen you on. SATA cable. Alright, SATA cable's plugged into the SSD. Flip this guy over. Get this thing plugged in to the motherboard. Ooh. Probably gonna want to use the other. Use the other end. I really was banking on loving it too, but I guess not. Dude. Are you playing with anybody, like, friend-wise, or is it just your solo tune? Like, you join some random-ass guild? Dude, honestly, you guys should come play with us. Like, we have the whole gang. Like, it's a freaking blast, man. Like, a lot of the guys that you probably played with, or know, or grew up with, like, we've got, and we're hanging out with. We're doing dungeons with. Obviously, the end goal is raids. Not too serious about it, though. Come and freaking play with us. I'll start a new tune to level with you. As will probably a few other people. Alright, everything's plugged in. To my knowledge. See if this guy boots. Alright. It is tempting. Trying to convince you, man. Alright, plugged into the wall. Night Stexon. Alright. It's on. There's no cables in the fans. Let's test it out. Fans are spinning. RAM is lit. Silent. And absolutely unplug your monitor, Haley. You want to come check it out? Come on in here. Alright. I think we're good. I need to get a monitor to try this with. Looks like we got DVI there. It adds 10 horsepower to the DRAM. Look at all these freaking cables. Is this long enough? It's alright. Haley, we're moving it.
Where are you moving it to?
Yo, get it in the shot.
Moving what?
What?
Moving what?
The monitor.
Why?
So get it in the shot. I'm gonna test this thing out.
You know there's a plug like right here, right?
Yeah. I'll use it for the monitor. Oops. Yo. How's that?
Your music's kind of loud, by the way.
It is?
Could go down like one knob.
Alright.
Why does it look like they're moving?
What? The DRAM?
Yeah.
The LEDs are moving.
Yeah, but
What?
why does it look like they're moving back and forth this way?
Are you going crazy?
No.
I think it's just a...
An optical illusion?
Yeah, it's an optical
Oh
illusion.
my god. It literally looks like they're moving.
I kind of see what you're saying. Do you have a stand for my monitor to prop it up? Like to like hold,
Something to
like
sit on.
yeah. You got anything for me?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You want to lift it up?
Helps. Perfect. Well, that sucks. The clips on the motherboard, on that dumbass panel that I was talking about, are inside of the HDMI port.
Oh my god.
The panel that I said is the dumbest panel ever, and I hate installing them. Excuse me. All right.
You turned it off.
Yeah. Use my phone.
For what?
Take some photos.
You saw that's what I was doing.
It looked like it.
I don't know how to turn your phone.
Swipe up. Figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Got those stupid clips taken care of. I technically didn't need to fix them because I'm not using the motherboard, but for the GPU. But that's all right. I wanted them done, taken care of, so I don't have any problems down the line. Let's turn this on again. Let's switch it. Motherboard screen. Did I not get a speaker? I don't think I got a speaker. I didn't. That's awesome. Huh. It's alright. We posted, because we're on the boot device screen. We are fucking good. Let me get keyboard, mouse, and the USB drive. Oh. All right. Oh, I can't get to the keyboard. Oh! This room is a nightmare. Alright, I don't know if Bluetooth will work. We'll see here. Reboot. Reset switch works. That's a plus. Windows, baby. USBs are working. So I said earlier, I'm gonna install Windows 10 just to get this thing up and running. Ideally, I'll probably end up running Linux on this as the game server, but for now, I just wanted Windows 10 on it. Also, it'll let it be able to be used as a second gaming rig as well, so I think that'll be nice to have around. Alright, keyboard, ooh, mouse works, Bluetooth mouse, plug and play, baby.
Can I have my phone back?
Where's your phone? Here? Thanks. Thank ya. Alright, we don't need no product key. Windows 10 Pro. Honestly, at this point, guys, we're good to go.
Yay!
This thing is freaking cruising. And I don't think I'm going to continue the stream any longer. Otherwise, you're just going to watch Windows install and some software shit. And you can't even see it. It's all washed out anyways. So, this was a freaking blast. I will probably post some cool photos or maybe some other video clips tomorrow. Or maybe later tonight. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I do have to finish my wine before the stream's over. Should have done this earlier. But yeah, I will be posting some videos and photos and how the specs of the server, how it's running, what games it can handle. If anybody's interested in building something for themselves, just reach out and I can kind of tell you my experience with this and what it can and can't do. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and you all have a great night.
Good night.
Good night.